can't see the light there anymore.
Tell her, let me set the mood. She wanna vibe with the kid, that's cool. Come take a ride with me, let's find a place. I'm surfing on the beat, getting closer, she wanna fuck with me. Oh, I think her body taking over me.
So I got the boots back. This is what they look like. Like stacked like a thick lug sole on the bottom. They're fire. Popping in here on some narration, this is a store that carried Kapital, and it was our first time checking out the pieces in person. Some of the more knitwear and extravagant pieces. Megs ended up walking away with a reversible flannel, which is super sick, and then also a smiley face crew neck. But overall, we both came to the conclusion that we should probably hold out until we really want to explore what Kapital has to offer in Japan, because our goal is to travel to Japan together. So that's the goal. We're definitely going to do that when we hit there abroad. This is us attending the garden party pop-up. This is my friend Noah's brand. Very young-spirited, streetwear-oriented brand. It was hosted at an NFT gallery, which is very new to the city of Montreal. The collection was honestly very impressive, especially for his age. I don't want to limit Beamski or Noah to simply his age. Being that he's 16 is just very impressive to see a 16-year-old kid put out a streetwear collection when a lot of people seem like it's damn near impossible to really get your creative ideas out, no matter what your age is, no matter what your limitations are. I know Noah put his head to it, and he was able to gather an amazing creative idea and manifest it. So he was able to sell out all of his pieces over the course of 2 days. And it's just very impressive to see a friend of mine really partake in the space of fashion at such a young age, once again. So salute to Noah and everyone associated with Garden Party. Megan and I are really proud of you, gang. And now this was a gathering that we had for all the big Virgos of the world. There's so many of the people that are closest to us that are born in the month of September. More importantly, Megan, my girl, the beautiful Megan, Playboy Meggie, was born in September, along with my good friend Brian. So I was just really grateful to just spend some time with them and some of our good friends. We all went out to the restaurant / lounge called Suwu. It's one of like the better places to go out to in Montreal if you're looking for like some dinner and some drinks. It's just like a good environment. You can have some good memories going on over there. So we just made sure to spend some quality time together and enjoy the night. Nightlife in Montreal is the vibe. Everyone should partake in it if you ever get a chance to. Most definitely.
So this episode of Drip Check certified Kyron. Let's go. All right, let's go. Everybody, come here. Okay, I see you. I see you dripping, bro. What are you going on?
What's up? You need a drink?
No, give me the fit check. Yo, boy, give me the fit check. Nah, give me the fit check. What's going on? What you rocking, bro?
Nothing, bro.
Yeah, you dripping, bro.
I'm not dripping though.
You're dripping.
Yeah.
Give me this for the camera. All right,
take it for the camera, bro. Take it for the Instagram.
Oh shit.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh shit.
You lag. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa. Hey.
On On a more humble and sweet note, Megs and I took the time out to go to Atwater Market / St. Henry to do this little boat ride. It was right before the end of the season, so we just wanted to take advantage before the snow fell. It was a great little time. I recommend it to anyone, just people watching and checking out St. Henry because it's my favorite place. What's up, you guys? I'm just popping in here because I feel like this footage for this segment of the vlog deserves a little bit of context. So basically, I'm giving a little bit of insight into my treatments that I've been doing for my ingrown hairs. I started getting laser hair removal for men on my face, which is kind of like not a touchy subject. Like, some people were kind of like iffy if I should even be doing that. It's kind of like a semi-permanent decision that I made at my young age in my 20s, you know. So the reason why I got it was because it was absolutely unbearable to have the ingrown hairs that I was having. It was causing a lot of other issues with my face. Like, it was like a combination of acne that I had along with the ingrown hairs, and it was just like starting a whole bunch of inflammation and like irritation that was unneeded and unnecessary. So the only way to get rid of it was to shave. And then when I shaved, my skin is way too sensitive to be shaving that often because I had to do it like every other day, damn near. So after I did that, there was like no winning. It was like either I shave too often, then my skin's irritated, or I don't shave and then I get ingrown hairs. So it was like I was damned if I did, and I damned if I didn't type of thing. So after deciding that there's like, I was trying to figure out like, what can I do? Do I wax it? What do I do? And ingrown hairs was laser was the only thing that I could think of. And after doing some research, there's not too much information for any like POC people doing laser, because there's just not too much on the internet, especially for men, especially doing it on your face. So it's like very common for darker skinned people to have like coarse hair and just have ingrown hairs. It's pretty common. It just has a lot of just common irritation that happens with black people or just people of color in general. So yeah, I just decided to do it. I'm on my like 4th session, I want to say. They say it takes a total of 8. I pay upwards of like between $100 and $200 per session. It's pretty pricey, but it's worth it for me because I've been seeing such like crazy results from the first time that I started versus the after. Like the before and after is pretty crazy. I looked at pictures from before I started my sessions when I went to a barbershop last year around a similar time to a time I went to a barbershop this year, just because I went to get like a shape up for my mustache when I was going to New York, and the before and after was insane. Like, I remember going there and being super insecure about my face because like the barber was like, oh, like maybe you could look into like putting tea tree, etc. And I was like, bro, you have no clue what I've tried to like try and get rid of this, and laser was the only thing that helped. So I know it's pretty dramatic. I know it's like the only, like, it's pretty semi-permanent, and like, oh, do I want to have this for the rest of my life? Kind of, yeah, it's like the only option I have. My grandpa looks nice with a mustache up until this age, and I think it's the only facial hair that really suits me, and I don't really have a choice, because even if I wanted a beard, I can't, because it just irritates me and it doesn't make me feel comfortable. So mustache it is. It's here to stay. I even don't find my face looks proper without it. So rocking with this right now. My skin's in the best state it's ever been. Not to say that it doesn't have problems anymore. I still have pretty confused combination skin. It's oily on my T-zone. I have partial acne sometimes. I even have like weird dry skin. Like, if we're being real right now, this is real. You know what I mean? So not everything's as it seems, you know what I mean? Like, this is some insecurities that I've been dealing with since I was like pretty young, but I've only found out ways to really tackle it now. in quarantine, I feel like everyone kind of jumped onto the skincare wave. I don't know if I'm gonna do a routine just because I haven't like dialed it in yet. I have stuff that I feel like works, but I haven't found like the true like step-by-step thing that I do all the time that is like a recipe for success. So I'm just toying with it right now. Everything that I use right now I really do like, but it's about like finding the almighty, which I feel like I'll find eventually, but right now it's pretty golden. But there's always room for improvement, and it's never going to be perfect. So as long as I know that, and I'm interested in getting to a place where I feel comfortable, which is pretty much right now, like I feel pretty comfortable, then yeah, that's like the best I could think of realistically. So rant over about laser. Pretty much what I wanted to say for laser is that for people of color, all the thing that you have to know is that you can't get any type of laser hair removal. Do not cheap out. I'm telling you right now, it's just not going to be worth it. You're going to end up damaging your skin. It's very, very serious if you're doing laser hair removal on black skin, because not all of the lasers are meant for black skin, and a lot of estheticians don't deal with black skin or darker skin with melanin in it. So if you guys don't know, the laser kind of works like this. This is like a little bit of like technical stuff, but this is how they explained it to me, my esthetician at least. So a laser for laser hair removal normally focuses on the contrast. So if you have white skin, then the skin follicle that's going to come out is going to be a different color than that skin. So they're going to tackle that. But we would have to have a laser that's different, because obviously if a follicle comes out, it's black on black, so it would just attack the whole area. So it would, in essence, like burn off your skin. That sounds a bit dramatic, but like, yeah, it would do a lot more damage than it would just taking off the hair. So that being said, you have to ask for an Nd:YAG laser. That's very important. Look it up, do some research. I did it myself, but Nd:YAG is the main thing that you have to ask for. It's a type of laser. Make sure that they have it. If they don't have it, don't do the treatment. It's not worth it. Cough up the money. Don't do that at home bullshit. It's not worth it. I'm telling you. That's about it. Now my rant is over. Enjoy the rest of the footage. I think it was pretty valuable information, especially for people that were asking me about it. When I was reading the comments, it was kind of like striking a nerve with me, because some people just don't know what experience I was having. And then also I was seeing other people that were going through the same thing, that were like black men going through exactly what I was going through. So there you go. There you have it. Bow. So after I got my laser hair removal, I actually ended up going to a party that my friend set up. These are the guys that run the brand One Off that I've talked about multiple times on the channel. They actually got in touch with the guys that are over at Nelk. I'm sure you guys have heard of Nelk Boys or like Full Send, all of that. Big YouTubers, of course. And they invited us to a party that they threw at a Club Privé. Probably the craziest amount of people I've ever seen at a Club Privé before, which is a nightclub in Montreal, if you guys don't know. YouTube fan base, I'll tell you this, just to put it like this. I've seen Rihanna and I've seen Travis Scott at that same place, which is a small nightclub in Montreal. These guys probably like tapped out their amount of people that they brought by like ×5 or ×10 easily. Like they had a swarm of people coming out to support. Just craziness. Honestly, it was wild. Crazy experience, honestly. Just to see that amount of support from a person that comes off of YouTube, or a group of people that come off of YouTube. It was just fascinating to see, I find. Whether you like support them or not, I just thought it was pretty interesting to see that. Enjoy this footage. What's good, everyone? So I'm going to end off the vlog just with this little segment. I'm just running some quick errands that I have to do. I want to repair some denim that I had, drop a shirt off at the dry cleaners that I haven't dropped off since New York. I need to get that done. And then also I have to go to Aesop because I think that they dropped a new fragrance and I want to swap mine out that I got sent to me. Possibly, if it smells better, it depends. But yeah, Aesop has been sending me stuff, bro. It's insane. One of the craziest gifting / seating opportunities I think I've ever gotten, because like I've been supporting Aesop for a very long time, and for them to send me product is just insane. So I'm gonna take you guys along on some of the errands that I'm gonna be doing around the city, because I'm going out of town. I'm going to Toronto soon, so I have to get all my stuff done first. So a while ago, they had sent me like a little like COVID protection pack, which had like a bunch of like a creams and hand sanitizer. This time they sent me a parsley seed serum, which I've been using sometimes for like hydration and other things like that for my skincare routine. They also sent me a fragrance though, but like I said, they might have something better at the Aesop store, because I've been getting marketed a whole bunch of new stuff that they been whipping up apparently. So there's like 3 new ones, or maybe they got reintroduced, but this is what I got for now, and then you guys will see Aesop once I'm there. So all of that, and I didn't even have to dry clean the shirt. I looked on the inside. I thought all of it was Japanese because it was that Comme des Garçons Cuba shirt, and it was like kind of flaking, so I was kind of scared that it would peel if I brought it to the dry cleaners. And I read the inside, I flipped the tag, and it was in English, and it was saying hand wash. So went there for no reason. At least I got a little juice, keep me going. I'm gonna go check out this store that has Birkenstocks, and then also go to Aesop though, at least. She got me Olympico, folks.
He got me Olivia, match made in heaven. It's been a while since we did this. The classic Ramones, Levi's. These are 501s, right?
I think so.
Forget the model.
505s.
Oh, 505. Which I don't typically like the.
No, you don't like 550s. 505s
Okay.
are like the slim-ish, more modern version.
So I guess I just don't have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Then I was wearing something cuter before, but it got too cold, so the Kapital classic crew neck.
What's more cute than the Capital, you know?
And
or
then the cost bag that became world renowned.
Yeah. We were trying to gatekeep it, and then
No, I wasn't gatekeeping it. I don't know if you remember. I made that video like 2 years ago. No,
that's
a year.
true.
At
That's
least
true.
a year.
That's true.
And I was spreading the love.
It's different though. Like I feel like
Now it's ridiculous.
when girls say it, people are nice, but when a guy says it, then everyone's like a fucking feeding frenzy, you know? Feeding frenzy.
All right.
The Down 992s, New Balance. These are 501s, but they fit like 505s. They're like a weird pair. I think they're like a 90s pair when they were trying to like make them modern for some reason. but they're nice. They're like one of my favorite pairs. They're double X's. Just like a brandy long sleeve from you. And
No
then
way.
This is Untitled Collective. Yeah, because it was cold. I felt like it was going to be cold. It's just like a brown oversized
It's a
blazer.
very nice brown.
Yeah, it's like this is the perfect shade of brown.
And the
It's like
hat?
deep.
Oh, you should.
Just a MoMA hat.
You know, you're giving kind of like very fall vibes. Fall college professor walking through campus dad vibes. Love it though. And right?
Yeah.
And to Sephora.
Then I'm prepared.
Hey Sephora.
Great day. Just went with Megs to go do some errands, repaired some denim, went to Aesop, swapped out my fragrance for the last one that I had. It started with an M. I'll have it on the screen. I switched it for Karst, which is a new one. Kind of a combination of all the things that I actually like from the fragrances at Aesop, just because I like oud, but I like it fresh as well. So that's kind of like what this is. So we ended up here. I take this trip to Toronto every single year for Thanksgiving, and I get the chance to see my cousin Alden. Decided to gift him a pair of Jordans. Big cousin duties. Had to get them right one time, get them fly for school. Honestly, Toronto is so great, and there's so much more for me to explore there. I'm rarely in the city of Toronto just because my family is in Brampton, but whenever I get a chance, I try to try new things in general, and this was the restaurant called School. It's a brunch spot. Never got a chance to eat breakfast or brunch in Toronto, and I was really satisfied with what I got. I got like a French toast with a raspberry reduction. It was really great. It was a lot. I was full. Well, that's the thing, is like a lot of people admire the technicality that you take in all of it, and they could see that you take your time with it, you know?
So it's like all the like different
And then the side pocket and
then the one in the back.
yeah. And that's why I understand why you'd want to hold it so near and dear to yourself, because like if you're touching the pattern and you're touching all the seam work, it's like you don't want anyone else to like mess up that integrity, you know?
Yeah, and like
For sure.
you also have to like let go and just
Eventually,
like,
yeah.
trust,
Once
you
it
know?
like it scales, like you have no control over that, right? Like, I wanted to like get you to say a couple of words to the channel, because everyone like always like loves what you do. Yeah, no, for sure. So if like you could just explain like your name, a bit of what the brand's about, and then like a couple of the new pieces if you just want to show them.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let me put some stuff.
For sure.
You have family that lives in the city.
Let's go. I know you get a little camera shy sometimes too, but it's okay.
Just gotta go. But
No, for sure.
Yeah, no.
Like if you could just explain who you are and like a bit of what the brand is about. Like I've shown you your pieces a couple times on the channel for sure. It's like very technical, I would say, and like a bit like where the inspiration would come from the brand.
Yeah, so like my name is Spencer Badu, and I run my namesake label. The whole idea of the brand is rooted in the idea of like uniforms or like clothing pieces within like a uniform. So the goal the whole time was not to like perpetuate like the same like ideas of like luxury within the fashion industry, but kind of create like clothing that's like a balance of like directional, functional, and just like well made. So ultimately, yes, we want to kind of create a lifestyle, but it's just more about creating the pieces for people that, you know, it's something more consistent in their wardrobe, and, you know, not necessarily trying to like dress for other people.
For sure.
And yeah, so we hope we're doing that, but all of our pieces are definitely like more like detailed and like intricate, and there's a lot of like different details, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's,
Where would you say like a lot of that inspiration comes from for you? Because like I feel like a couple of the brands that you involve yourself in are more like functional garments, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like a
I
lot of
think-
like hiker brands and other things of that nature.
yeah,
Right?
I think like a lot of it was like a lot of it probably started from like, you know, my childhood, like the things I wore when I was a kid. And a lot of the times the things that I could afford when I was younger was like a Dickies or a North Face. So there's a bit of that kind of like everyday, like well-made, you know, brand clothing. Like I remember like being a kid, I probably couldn't afford like a Canada Goose until I was like, you know, in my 20s.
For sure,
but
for sure.
I could like always like buy like a Carhartt like winter construction jacket
Definitely.
type of situation. So there's those things, but then I just love. I feel like I have like a love for like more of like a futuristic aesthetic. So like I kind of gravitated to those kind of things like when I was a kid. So whether it was like futuristic movies or futuristic like aesthetics. So a bit of that is like what I'm trying to, you know, like
The fusion of that in the brand. Yeah.
So I think a bit of it's like probably like a fusion of like the past and the future,
For sure.
and trying to kind of like, you know, bring that within the clothes without like creating some kind of like crazy like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like I love future, but
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
I
Just
think just trying to find a balance,
yeah, a
you
bit
know,
more
so-
of like a realistic future
Absolutely.
in your
Kind of, like,
interpretation of
more,
that.
Because I feel like the what we think of like the future is probably like, you know, flying cars and stuff.
Yeah.
I think like the future is going to be a lot more familiar than we think it is. Hopefully not like as dystopian that like as like, you know, like we kind of see it in like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's going to be a lot more familiar.
For sure.
But
For sure. And this is your interpretation
exactly
of
for that
Yeah.
kind of like world. Right?
that. For
So-
sure. So is there like a couple pieces that you want to highlight from
Yeah, so
what you recently
like,
been
kind of
producing?
playing, like on the idea of like, you know, the future and the past, like we have these like upcycled pieces, these denim pieces made from like a bunch of like old Levi's. So you can kind of see like the details from like the pants.
Yeah, like the pocketing,
The
right? Like you
pocketing,
can
yeah,
see
you
like
see
the
it there.
pocket. That's cool.
And yeah, it's
All
just
the
really-
rivets.
Yeah, and it's just really
Oh,
about
like that's like where a released hem would be, like for a
exactly,
pant,
100%.
right? Okay.
So just kind of like really making the most out of like the past, and I feel like
And you guys just sourced them all locally, like the denim? That's
yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. And I think like it's just like for me also just kind of playing into I know it's like a thing right now, but sustainability, but I feel like that's also like the future, you know? Like,
Yeah, for sure. And if it plays into the brand DNA, then I feel like it's
Exactly.
not really gimmicky. It's more like a
100%.
necessity, right? So
And yeah, we usually use like this like silver like eyelet. So for me, it's just kind of like playing around with that kind of like idea. Just kind of like making it more of like a brand like statement or something that's recognizable.
for sure.
Without like putting our name on everything. Like that's another thing that we don't usually do much is like we try to speak more through like the details.
Yeah,
and
you guys do like
sequence.
a big signature I remember is like kind of, I would say this pocket, like the
pocket,
3D
yeah.
pocket that's kind of L-shaped.
Yeah.
That cutout is like very familiar to me. And then the pocket placement that you guys do on the wider pants, like
Exactly,
the hidden pocket type of thing. So
So the similar, you know, if you
Yeah.
get the detail from
Really
like,
cool.
the old pants.
yeah, I love the triple block underneath.
I don't know. I feel like it just gives a lot more like character to the piece.
And all of them are going to be completely unique,
yeah,
right?
completely unique.
yeah.
So it's definitely gonna be like a challenge. This is like
This is one of my favorite
yeah, so
pieces
this is like our
of recent.
This is our like I guess interpretation of like a worker's jacket. Kind of like this new pocket that we did. And then like this patch that we did is kind of like
Is like a incognito face.
yeah, so
almost.
he actually is wearing like that like afro wig,
Oh wow, okay, that's crazy.
and it's just kind of like playing on this like little like subtle details like you know Afrofuturism and like just kind of like little things
Yeah,
that, you know.
like the modern Carhartt, right? Like that's
Exactly.
like what the interpretation of that would
So
be
kind of like
in the future.
a
A black Carhartt.
black owned like you said it, no. But yeah, so that kind of like the vibe, just kind of like really trying to create these kind of like pieces. But,
For sure.
And then you have the vest. I feel like the vest is like a super.
The proportions is another thing that I feel like you just mastered as well. Like the cropped silhouettes and like the wide bottoms is like something that's obviously very popular now, but like it just looks so great, you know? Like that back, the way you detailed it on your socials, like with putting the laptop in the back too, is like the functionality of like how you do it as a designer versus like how a person would wear it in day to day.
Like for me initially, I was like, okay, like winter's coming around. I'm trying to like get like, and I was watching your last video and you were talking about like maturing and kind of like wearing like different things.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for me, like one thing I'm trying to like lose is like a backpack because I feel like I wear a backpack like all the
Yeah,
time.
and
I
it
was just like,
seems to be like a youthful.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay,
thing,
how do I
you know?
like Because I find like usually when I wear a backpack, it's like not always like full. It's like
Yeah.
half empty.
Yeah,
There's just, like,
exactly.
little things
Yeah.
that I might need, like whether it's like a hairbrush or like I don't know, like a charger.
Yeah,
So I'm just like,
yeah.
okay, like what can I do to like kind of eliminate that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like also just ties into like the minimal aesthetic of the brand.
Yeah.
Like how can I create things that ultimately like makes the user have like less things to use or whatever. So then I thought of this pocket and I was like, okay, cool. Like,
Because like a layer in itself is like the best pocket
Exactly.
you could ever have, because like obviously we're limited to like pants as men. I
Exactly.
feel like it's very common for a
Yeah.
woman to have a bag, but for a man to have a
So
bag,
I was
it's
just like, you know,
it's a
like,
commitment.
Try to think of something that like, you know, I can like throw my stuff in. And is also like not uncomfortable. you
Yeah,
know? So
yeah.
hopefully like for this fall I can just like not only like wear this but kind of like take this detail and kind of like put it into like
Other
pieces.
silhouettes, yeah.
And then, you know, because ultimately I feel like design is like problem solving. So,
Yeah.
You know, I feel like with that, like I kind of solved the problem for myself. But
For sure.
it's like, it's like the new thing.
Yeah.
I'm working on.
Thank you for all your time, man.
Yeah, bro. No, thank you for the
kill it.
support. I feel like we met like years ago. And
Yeah.
It's just been, like,
No, but-
obviously watching your channel grow and you grow as like,
Yeah.
you know, a person.
One thing I always say is like from the moment that Tehran brought me here and to like the moment like now that we like share with each other, like creating and you appreciating what I do versus what I appreciate what you do, like you just like took me in almost like a big brother, like from the
Yeah,
moment I
no,
met you. It
no,
felt like
bro.
I'd known you for 9 years from
Yeah,
the
'cause
moment I
guess
met
was
you, you know?
watching-
So
I guess I was like watching your video. There's not a lot of like people in Canada that like do like I don't know like what you want to call it, like fashion.
yeah, or like content or anything.
Fashion content.
Yeah,
So I'm just like, you know. So yeah, meeting you, I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, this guy's cool. He's down to earth.
for sure.
And, then just
And you as well, man.
Yeah, of course.
You do great
So I
things.
definitely appreciate it. Yeah, man, likewise.
For sure.
But yeah,
That's it, man. Killed it.
no. Hey,
Thank you, bro.
it was really-
Shorty, what's your name? Tired of the games. Staying through the rain. Ain't always sunny days.